Hello, 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 everyone. I am Blossom C. Brown, and I want to first of all say thank you so much for inviting me to speak at the very first virtual Trans Pride Seattle. Let's give ourselves a hand, okay? Woo! Sorry, y'all. I'm a little bit excited here. Things are changing, family. Family. I never would have thought that we would be here in this place. With all of the craziness, with all of the disruption in the world, this is no better place to be, honestly. I am so humble and I am so grateful that you all thought enough of me to come and speak to you. Family, let's talk. Let's have an honest discussion. As you may know, a lot is happening right now. We are definitely seeing a lot of change in this world. We are starting to see people step into their power. We are starting to see people have a little bit more compassion, empathy. They're sympathetic. We're really starting to see people speak their truth. And it's so powerful and it's so great to see new leadership emerging, especially amongst our very own community. And also during this time, we are experiencing a crisis within the trans community. We are experiencing an administration that wants to take away our rights as trans people, particularly in the healthcare system. As a trans person who works in the healthcare system, I must say I'm heartbroken, I'm devastated, but I'm also ready to fight. I am also ready to fight hard to make sure that we, as trans individuals, are able to have the access to healthcare that we need. Family, let's talk. Let's really have a conversation about what's going on here. As you can see, today in this world, we see a group of people who have been oppressed for so long being able to get the acknowledgement of what has been happening to them for centuries. I am one of those people. As a proud Black trans woman, it is so great to see how Black people are finally stepping into their power and how everyone else is wanting to come and be an accomplice to us. A lot of people are now seeing our suffering. They are seeing the things that we have gone through. I talk a lot about intersectionality because I'm Black and I'm trans. And these are two important things to me that I have to acknowledge. These are two things to me that are my experience. This is the experience that I live each and every single day. I cannot tell you how lately just getting in the streets of protesting Black Lives Matter, and at the same time seeing that my Black trans brothers and my Black trans sisters are still getting killed, seeing their murders, hearing about their murders, hearing how our bodies are disposable. It really has taken effect on me as an activist and as a leader. Being Black is something I cannot ignore. It's really hard. And if you have any Black trans siblings in your space, now is the perfect time to lean on them and give them a hug. We need each other now more than ever, family. We really need each other. And we have to be willing to work together. We really do. And it's going to take all of us being compassionate of each other to be able for all of us to step into the power that we are abundantly given, what is abundantly ours. What's abundantly ours? Woo! Let me get into it. I may be a little hot and a little sweaty, but you know what? It's okay. It's okay. I'm okay with that because I want to make sure I connect. I really want to make sure. Going back to being Black, everyone, now is the time for us to come together. As we've been seeing these last couple of weeks, the solidarity and the unity has been so powerful. But we got to still have some open discussions. We got to still have some open conversations. We got to make sure that our entire trans community is sitting at the table. And sometimes, because of everything that may be going on in the world, your Black trans siblings may not feel like they're at the table. And so one thing I want to encourage you as allies and as accomplices is to extend a hand out, extend an arm out, and reach out. It will really, really make a difference in our world. It will really make a difference in showing the love and showing the support. And I know so many of you want to be a part of the solution. And we are definitely going to be a part of the solution together. We really, really are. I like to say this. The reality of it is, as an activist, this is something that's been on my heart. We are still living in the Jim Crow, the new Jim Crow. What does that mean for some people? Coming from Mississippi, being born and raised, I came from a state that was fueled with racial injustice. My grandparents lived through the Jim Crow. My grandparents and my great-grandparents saw the sit-ins, they saw the hoses, they probably heard the lynchings, heard about the lynchings in real time. It's a lot. They saw a lot. And fast forwarding to 2020 right now, I can honestly say a lot has changed and has not changed. As you can see with police brutality and how it's affecting, because it does affect our trans community as well. You have Tony McDade, who was a Black trans man who was just killed. And you had 2 other Black trans women who were just murdered just this week. Just this week. The thing is, going back to police brutality, you could consider that today as a modern day lynching, believe it or not. Back then it used to be a noose around my neck. Now it's your knee on my neck and I can't breathe. So many of us are fighting to be heard right now. That protest after protest after protest after protest are being created. Because not everyone is feeling included in these protests, which is coming to a separate but equal standstill. My trans community, we got to be a part of the change. My trans community, we're going to have to break that karmic cycle and let our voices be heard, that we matter too, that all trans lives matter, yes. And we have to amplify the voices of the trans people who have the least voice. We must all do this. We all have to come together. My entire trans community, my entire transgender, non-conforming, non-binary community, we have to come together. And how do we do that? By creating space. We create spaces for all of us to come together and to have open dialogue within our trans community. Let's not be afraid of issues of race and injustices. Let's not be afraid to have those conversations, because having those conversations are powerful. They are powerful. And when you speak power into words, you can see the abundance and the prosperity that comes out of that. We got to come together and have open dialogue. That's what it's going to take. This is not about shaming anyone. This is not about making someone feel bad, because we all want to be a part of the change. And I want to inspire you, because there are so many of you right now that are watching this video who do great work every single day, whether you are an activist, you're an artist, whatever it is. As a trans identified person, you are going out there every single day and doing your best. And the thing is, when we're out there giving our best, people are going to hate. People are ready to take away. But just remember, we come from one of the most resilient, powerful communities. They can twist us, they can bend us, but guess what? Y'all, they could never break us. And they're not going to break us. They are not going to break us. Because we have the power to make change. Just this week, the Trump administration vowed and has made happen to take away the protections of trans people in the healthcare system, which means that trans people now can't be discriminated against. It's shameless. It's despicable. But community, family, we are ready to fight. We are going to be ready to fight to the very end to make sure that Trump will not have his way, that his administration will not have his way. That our trans youth can have hope and have faith in themselves. That our trans youth can be free to be the children that they were meant to be. It's happening. And I know a lot of you that may be watching this video may be discouraged, may be frightful, because it's an attack on your rights. And I completely understand. I feel double that. As a Black person, I feel left out of this movement. And as a trans person, I feel like my community and where I'm from is left out of the world. That's honestly how I'm feeling right now. I am feeling that pressure. But at the same time, I have hope. I have faith. I have belief in our community. Because we have so much power. Because we have so much grace. Now we got to figure out, what are some ways of being able to use that? What does strategic planning look like? What I wanted to do was, even though all of these things are happening in the world, I want to offer you wisdom. I want to inspire you. I want to offer you courage, strength, because I know some of you that are watching these videos are having it a lot harder than someone else. Because it's hard to see other people being left out. It's hard to see other people being mistreated. I see you and I hear you. And we're going to make change. This is the year of 2020. In numerology, that reduces to the number 4. 4 in numerology talks about foundations, hard work, and pragmatism. Ironically, in 2021, that will be the number 5, which talks about which talks about challenge, change, and freedom. Everyone, we are literally making the change now. We are literally building the foundation for even bigger change within the next year or so. We are doing that. Whether you know it or not, whether it's you going out in the streets protesting, whether it's you getting on your social media and speaking up, holding people accountable, whether you are donating money and donating your time and your services, you are a part of the change. Do not let anyone else say you are otherwise. Do not let anyone say otherwise, that you are not. You are a powerhouse. Family. I want you to see the wisdom. I want you to see the knowledge that you possess, the power that you have. Family. I want you to see that power. It's yours. Take it. Don't be afraid. It's okay to be, let me say it like this. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be scared. It's okay to be scared. Those are natural feelings. I'm scared too. But don't be afraid to step into your power. Don't be afraid to be willing to fight back. Don't be afraid. Just remember, you have so many people, including myself, who are wanting to make the way for you, who are wanting to make the way, make the change. We're all going to be a part of the change together. Just remember that. Keep your head up. Keep your heart up. And don't give up. They can't take us all down. We have been here forever, and we are not going anywhere. So I want to encourage you as you move along in your virtual Trans Pride Seattle, which again, I'm so humbled to even be a part of. Remember to take care of yourself. Remember to take care of each other. Remember to stay focused. Remember to stay kind. Remember compassion. Remember all of these different things. Because it's so, so important that we take care of each other in this movement, in our trans movement. I'm so grateful, so grateful to be here with all of you. And the work will continue. We will continue to fight. We will continue to tear down the house if we have to. Because we deserve it. Because we deserve to win. We deserve to live the best life that we were meant to live as transgender, nonconforming, and non-binary folks. We deserve it. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. If you ever need a shoulder to cry on, you can have this shoulder right here. That's what we do. We take care of each other. We love on each other. We grow with each other. And we don't take anything for granted. We do not. It's just that our journey is harder. Just remember, we have family that love us. We have friends that love us. We have colleagues. We have people that love and support us, and we must not forget them in this journey. Hold people accountable if you need to. Seek out who's an ally and who's really an accomplice, because there is a difference between the two. An ally can say all day long that they're here for you, but their actions don't always justify what they say. But with an accomplice, they do, and you never have to worry about it, because accomplices are on the front line. They are loyal. You could always have a helping hand in them. And for some of our allies, we have to encourage them to become more accomplices. And that's okay. It's work. We are willing to do the work. Family, I want you to keep your head up high. Stay strong. Stay powerful. I really hope that this message reached at least one of you and has inspired one of you to really step up and do more. I really hope so. Thank you so much for inviting me. Y'all take care of each other.